Continues in the 9 o'clock hour. Alice in Chains coming up here on the X. Maybe we'll get Whip on Bob before the top of the hour to see if he has an Everclear review for us, all right? We'll see if we can track him down in studio. But before we go any further, you have to be aware that the Hot Bartender competition continues at WXDX.com. Sadly, it continues without the favorite going into the competition, Erin from the Bottleshop. When we started this contest a few weeks ago, we were told that Erin from the Bottleshop absolutely, positively had to be a contestant. So whether or not she entered on her own, we really don't know. She might have been bullied into entering by public support.
Right.
Regardless...
Probably 4 out of the first 5 calls that we got from people nominating people were for you. So it was strong out of the chute.
She was sort of the Kansas. She was the 1 seed, if you looked at the bracketing. And much like Kansas a few years ago, she was upset in the second round and knocked out. Although, we can't look at it like one Cinderella story, like the girl from Shenanigans took her out.
Right.
Like Northern Iowa.
It was a concerted effort.
It was a conspiracy,
Yeah.
is what it was. So we brought Erin from the Bottleshop in by popular demand from her supporters who were angry to see that she did not advance to the top 10. In fact, when we were tallying up the votes on Friday, Bob and I looked at each other after we were starting to post the pictures and said, wait a minute, Erin didn't get in the top 10.
We actually looked at the formula we were using again, like to add it up and then divide by the total number of votes, because I thought there
had to be a math
no
error.
way.
Don't I get something for getting the most ones? Because I know that was the case.
Well, that's where we're going next.
Don't I win a prize for that?
You also should get a prize for getting the most 10s, because I think you had the most 10 votes, too.
I don't know.
You were either
It
1 or
was
2,
close.
I know that.
It was close.
Yeah.
So the way things worked
well.
in the second round of the competition is we had all of you out there. Here's the problem. We trusted the listeners, which we will never do again. But we trusted the listeners to vote on who they thought was the hottest on a 1 to 10 scale. And we posted all of the voting. So all these catty little bitches out there saw how many 10s you were getting, so they voted you down with 1s. We think that you got more 1s voted on you than other girls voted for themselves with 10s to bring down your average. Thus, you finished in 13th place. Now, take one look at what we have in front of us right now. And Vince, if you could, please zoom in on these Smurf blue pants that she's wearing. Go ahead, lift the jacket up, show off the assets. There we go. There we go. These Smurf blue pants. How is that 13th place in Pittsburgh? I want to know.
I want to know, too. I really do. I feel like I got robbed. But
Did you have people voting for you? Like, were you pushing it down there at the bottle shop? Or were people talking to you about it?
I was. I told everyone. We hung up posters.
You had
Did
your
you have
favorites
a
down there?
Yeah. The second round, we hung up posters, but, you know, I really did it for Mark. I wanted Mark to win the $5,000 free advertising. I've been there for 6 years, and he's done so much for me, and, you know, the iPad 2 would have been nice, too, but I really did it.
And the tanning and the free beer for a year, the icy
yeah,
light.
you know, those things were good, but
Yeah.
I did it for Mark.
Now, if you had had the iPad 2 in advance, you could have voted for yourself more.
Yeah, I could have voted at work.
Now, did you catch wind of any of the girls trying to vote you down? Did you hear any rumors, any scuttlebutt as to which girl was perhaps voting you down on purpose?
I didn't, but I was glued to my computer for like a week, and
Were you watching?
I was watching, and I would go, you know, I went upstairs, got in the shower, and I came back
Tell us
down,
more
and they
about
were
that.
like,
Yeah. Give us a minute.
Tell us more about
and
the
I would
shower.
like battle
and
it
we're
out
back.
with this one girl, and she would be 30 above me,
Which
and
one?
then
Which one?
the blonde from Shenanigans.
Oh, it was the
Yeah.
Bob
Yeah.
from Shenanigans.
Yeah, so
And she
I think
did
she
make,
had it out for me.
She did make the top 10, but barely.
Barely, yeah.
But
'Cause
she's
it
doing
was-
strong right now.
And now
I mean,
she's in
with just a
second
weekend,
place.
yeah.
So maybe now she's having her box stuffed as opposed to de-stuffing your box.
Hello.
Well, I can't screw up the
Well, where is
competition.
Shenanigans? Where exactly is Shenanigans?
Oh, where's Shenanigans?
Is that the
Is
one
that
in New
good?
Ken? Because this might be one of the little bars. I'm not quite sure where Shenanigans
Oh, wait, is that right on Babcock?
I
Oh,
want to
that's
say
right.
North Hills.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
North
right.
Hills, right on
Yeah.
Babcock.
All right,
Yeah.
now that's
Right.
a long way to go for a fight. That's a long way to go
Right.
for a cat fight. So maybe what we should do is just meet downtown at Heinz Field, halftime of the first Steeler game, and have you two pull each other's hair for a while.
I'm ready for that.
Or if she doesn't win, like if she's not our grand champion, maybe we have Erin and her go at it for Are You Smarter Than, but against each other instead of a caller. Huh?
Okay.
I can't
Okay,
guarantee
I
you
like
an
it.
iPad, but
Yeah.
would you be willing to come back in for that?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
I have an old iPod that you can have if you win.
And it's got nothing but Everclear
Right, it's one of those
songs on it.
shuffles that holds like 18 songs. Does that do it for
I
you?
think I have one of those.
Now, do you regret anything about the process? Are you upset? Are you mad? Are you angry?
Was there a better picture maybe? Because some people said that they've seen better pictures on your Facebook page that you could have submitted.
Because you do modeling, right? You do some
Not
modeling.
really. Not really.
So you just
little
rub dirt
bit.
on yourself in low-cut clothes for fun? Or
I do. That was like
That's
one
great.
of the
That was behind the
shoots
bottle
that I
shop
did.
one night.
It was Bottleshop After Dark.
Whoa.
It sounds like an HBO show.
We just stumbled on something. Bottle Shop After Dark.
I don't think I would have done anything different. I like the picture that I put up, and a couple of the other modeling pictures that I had, you couldn't really see my face that well.
Oh, really?
And so
I didn't even know you had a face until you
I
walked in
thought,
here.
yeah, I bet.
Just looking at the blue pants and the low-cut top. Although I think we just figured out a way to beat out Jim Crenn Raw. We're going to do Bottle Shop After Dark.
That's our own show.
All right, so finally, Erin, of the remaining candidates, now that you are out, for whom are you rooting in the remaining part of the competition?
Well, I can tell who she's not rooting for.
Who are you rooting for?
You know, I really, they're
You hate Christina from Shenanigans. Okay, that much has been established.
yes.
I can actually see it in your eyes.
Right.
Can you? Yeah.
I think there's a little information that
You
you're
know, I
withholding
wanted to
from us,
come on the
too.
show and
You wanted to rise above it.
MF everyone, but I decided against that.
You're going to go highbrow.
I am.
So
I'm
you're
gonna be a
root-
good loser.
Can you pick one girl that you want to see win? Do you know any of the other girls on that list?
You know, I've met the Michelle girl a couple times.
Michelle.
So
Do we have Michelle in the top 10?
Michelle Reinheimer, I think.
From which bar?
Erotica.
Oh, yes,
Mhm.
yes, right.
Mhm.
I believe she's in the top 10, and that's really the only one that.
She's the one with the bottle, right? She like
Yes.
has a bottle up to her mouth? Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
so
erotic
that's really
pose
the
with
only
the
one I
bottle.
know. So I'm gonna go with her.
Okay.
All right,
Okay.
so the only girl you know left in the top 10 works at a strip club.
That is correct.
I like you even more.
Yes.
I like the circle you run in.
Mhm.
Well, thanks for coming in and thanks for being a good sport.
Thanks for having me.
Now, you're still cool with us, though. I mean, you don't blame any of this on Tim and I, right?
No, I mean, I'm sure you guys had a little extra pull that you could have helped me out with, but it's okay.
See, actually, on this
I'll
one, we
forgive.
couldn't because all the votes were right there online,
I'm just kidding.
in the face.
Because
Of
you
course
know,
I love you guys.
especially if they went crazy enough to vote for themselves and vote against you that often, they would have done the math themselves.
Mhm.
Right.
And then we really would have been screwed.
See, I blame it
One's
on Lauren,
killing
our
me.
former intern. She just didn't get people going enough down there. Now that
Yeah,
she's
we'll
out of
blame
our
her.
hands and she's working full time at the bottle shop, we can blame her.
I'm all about lying to get the hottest chicks near me as possible. I mean, that's pretty much how I existed until I got engaged. You know, that's how I got my fiance. How else do you think I landed her?
Worked out so well, you know.
I did whatever I could to get the hot babes around me, so don't think for a second that I wouldn't have lied if I thought I could get away with it to get you in here one more time.
I think that's what happened.
Maybe she could be an unofficial judge, and then if Christina from Shenanigans gets into the top 5,
Oh,
Yes.
payback's a bitch.
Let's do that.
payback is a bitch. Here's Allison Chains, I Stay Away. You can vote online, WXDX.com. It's Icy Light giving you the Hot Bartender competition. Make sure you get online and vote right now for the remaining 10 that are not Erin from the Bottle Shop. Like it or not, we will have a grand prize
Hurts
champion
just saying it.
on the 16th, the top 5. The next round, we'll figure that out by Friday. It's the X.